Goodness, this YouTube may not be my niche. Don't know what I'm gonna do. But anyhow, I'm giving it another record. My mic went out. I'm using my earbuds with the microphone. Can't hear anything, but I have it up. Maybe I can then hear it if it dies. Anyhow, this is Tanya, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, coming to you from Southern California. This is my Create Cards with Me, take 2. I am starting off showing you my face because I could do it in one start instead of starting 5 times. So I'm going to put you down to my desk. Hopefully I don't drop it this time. The last video I dropped it. And then we're going to get through these cards again. Alrighty. And then I'm going to share what I shared yesterday in my last video about the changes in Stampin' Up! Okay, flipping you. My desk. These are the cards. Let me put you in the holder. And I'm going to try to find myself on YouTube. Hopefully I can hear myself on YouTube. Let's see here. I see myself live. I hear myself. Okay. Here we go again. Let me turn this down a little bit more. Okay. Here we go. These are our cards. I did not make a product list. I still haven't made a product list. Eventually, I'll get better at it. When I get better at posting these videos, then I'll get better at making a product list. But I don't think it matters much. We're going to start with this card. This is a card that I created. I think we've done it before actually, years ago, but it's just made with scraps. Although this wasn't made with scraps, but the cards that I posted on my Facebook page was made with scraps and everyone liked them. I had 4 people message me and kind of ask about it, and I decided to go ahead and make one of our cards today using scraps. So I'm going to go ahead and set this right up here so you can kind of get a look. Let me raise this a hair. Okay. I'm going to periodically check again to make sure I can hear myself. I did that yesterday and I thought everything was peachy keen, but I guess I was wrong. Okay. This circle is slightly larger than the sample. This was a close to my heart die. This is a Stampin' Up! Die. You have a 2x6 floral piece. This is for your envelope flap. You have various scraps of flowers to cut out. I'll show you the one I made yesterday using the scraps. So the flowers are all different. You have a piece of the gold and white ribbon. This may be retired. I don't know. This is a 1/2 inch by 6 inch. It goes on the inside of your card. You can use either side, but I cut it for this side. You have 16 strips, 2 different sizes. I just cut them. We will randomly put them on. I'll show you how. You have 3 loose gems. We will be gluing those on. Those came from the Countdown to Christmas. So I have a whole baggie of them. You will be seeing them in the future. Side folding A2 size card, strawberry slush mat, and then this is what we're going to be gluing on and our envelope. So I'm going to set these aside and we're going to work on this. Let me make sure you can still hear me. Wish there was a way. Okay. I need someone to watch me when I'm doing this so I could know if there's a problem. Okay. You can use regular wet glue, wet adhesive for this technique, but for the sake of the video and speed, otherwise we'll be here a little longer. If I glued them down, you can glue it. However, I'm going to use the Stampin' Seal, my silicone craft mat. If you do not have this little gem, I recommend it. It works fantastic with using wet glue, dry adhesive. It just comes right off. If you get liquid glue, you let it dry and then you can peel it off a Scotch tape or roll it with your fingers. But anyways, that's another video. I am going to go ahead and put down the adhesive on this, and then we'll start adhering everything, and then I will be talking to you about the changes coming with Stampin' Up. I'm just putting adhesive on the edge all the way around. And then going across my page here so I can get a good coating of adhesive. And that's it. I went off, had a starter piece, which I decided to use the solid strawberry slush. And then, because I'm going one direction with half of the card, and then the top half, I'm going in another direction. You can use your strips and go completely across, which I've done in my sample that I posted when I was just messing around. But truthfully, for this design, I don't know if I gave you enough strips to do that. So you kind of have to do it 2 directions. So I'm kind of finding my halfway point here. I'm putting this corner putting this piece at an angle, and I'm putting this corner piece, I'm going to line it up at the edge of my card so I get complete coverage, and I'm just going to lay it across. And that's going to be my starter piece. And then we're just going to start butting up the random pieces, using the fronts and the backs of these, and different sizes. Just be aware of the direction that your paper is going and making sure that you're covering your edges. Don't go far off, because we're going to need some of these pieces that we cut off for up here. So again, I'm putting my corner down to cover the edge, and I'm butting it up against the strawberry slush. So you can see how easy it is when you already have the adhesive down. And we're just going to continue. Okay, so let's see, what did I talk about yesterday in my original video? So there's 3 changes that they released yesterday. Ouch. Let's see. One is prices are going up. So I'm kind of telling you the bad news first, right? So the prices are going up starting May because just the cost of everything has gone up. Didn't really, if it gave a percentage, I really don't recall it. But it will be like the inks, re-inker. God, I hope the electrician doesn't come back right now. Re-inker, dyes, ink pads, Stampin' Blends, the organizing stuff, take your pick tools, all that stuff, the prices are going up. Let's see. And I didn't get that piece covered completely. That's right. Let's see. The second item is they are going to have, should have my glasses on. They are going to have 3 catalogs instead of 1 annual catalog and the mini catalogs. They're going to have everything in 1 catalog 4 times a year. Oops. Which is nice. So see, there won't be. I don't know if they're doing away with online exclusive stuff like they have now. That wasn't really talked about. If it was, I missed it in translation. Let's see. The ink pads. So it'll be May, June, July, August will be 1 catalog. September, October, November, December will be another catalog. Then January, February, March, April will be the next catalog. So if you are one of my customers or would like to be one of my customers, I need you to go onto my webpage, mspoo.stampinup.net, and make sure you have it clicked that you want to receive contact. So then that way I could send you a catalog when it comes out. that has to be selected. You have to state that you want to receive contact. And you need to have me selected as your demonstrator. Now we're going to flip this over and trim the pieces off. Don't toss them because we're still going to use them. So I think that's a pretty good thing. Now their stamp pads. Their stamp pads are changing to those that might recall close to my heart had the magnetic closures. Well, Stampin' Up! Is going to magnetic closure, and they're changing their pads from sponge that they currently are to felt. I think it's because the sponge has a reaction to some of the ink colors, which they, discovered in the cloud cover release. So this way they won't have to worry about that. They're not encouraging people to get rid of your old stamp pads and buy new stamp pads. Just get the new stamp pads as they release colors. I got rid of all of my Close to My Heart ink pads. I have all of the Stampin' Up! Colors now. Sort of have seller's remorse, but that's another story. Okay, now we're going to flip it and work on the top. Okay, I'm going to add another strip of adhesive going across that way. This, you want to make sure that, like in this case, the flowers are going in this, this direction. So I want to make sure that I have it facing down because this is the top of my card. And I'm just putting it wherever. And I'm going to use, so this one here, you could see that the flow of the paper is going up. I have an angle here, so I'm going to cut that straight across. And then I'm going to butt that up. I'm going to just add my strips of paper. And as we get to a shorter piece, we'll use our shorter pieces. Let's see, I can use this. So you're just filling in the gaps. Have another. Like so. I'm going to check and make sure my volume is working because this is the card where it went out. Okay. And it's not working. Oh my gosh. Can you hear me? Hello, hello. Sorry. Sounds like my volume is my mic is working, but it is okay. Super paranoid right now. Okay. Sorry. But yeah, so the ink pads will be a nice change, I guess. But personally, I like the sponge. I think you get a better ink impression. But what do I know? Technically, so now, as you can see, I probably, I got it. I just have one itty teeny tiny piece right here in the corner. I didn't plan too well. Okay. So as you can see, you'll have quite a bit of scrap left over. That's probably going to fall off when I cut. I'm going to have to glue that on with glue. So we're going to just trim our back. Oh man, I cut the card. Oh baby. Can I get rid of this? I need to put a little dab of glue right here. Okay, let me. I don't even know what I used. Okay, I'm just gonna rest that right there for just a second. I don't even think that's right. Oh well, it covers it. Guess that's all that matters. Trim. Okay. Now we're going to take this piece and we're going to glue it to our strawberry slush. So I did the drawing for those that posted on my Facebook page January cards, and Stephanie won. So she has a little package of embellishments in her envelope. That's what I gave away. It's the easiest thing to mail. Let me get these scraps out of my way here. So moving forward, if you post your cards on my Facebook page, your completed cards on my Facebook page, I will announce the winner the following month. During my video, and so February's winner, you post your pictures in February. I will post. I will announce the winner during my video in March. So you have a very long piece here. Now this is where you can decide. You can go make this a top folding card and take your ribbon this way, or you can do it continue as a side folding card and do it take your ribbon. So we're going to put a little bit of adhesive on the back here to hold the ribbon, right, like that. Trim it. These are not my ribbon scissors, but they should cut. Okay, make sure it's straight, like, oh my goodness, Tanya. Okay, set this aside because we're going to build our circle, then we're going to put the knot on there. Let's go ahead and add our adhesive to the back of this and attach it to our card front, like so. Okay. This piece goes on the inside of our card. We can go ahead and put that down. I like a little bit of the white showing. This will get trimmed. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and fussy cut out our flowers and then build it on our circle. Make sure you can hear me. Okay, so you can cut out as much or as little of these flowers. Okay, you can hear me. Oops. Okay. So I'm going to cut these out, and you probably won't use all of them because we are going to put some of the flowers on the inside. Another thing I'd like to ask is if you could, for those that like and share and comment on the video, now through, say, March 15th, I'm going to just cut this off like that. I will be giving away, I will do a drawing for a stamp and seal for anyone that likes and shares this video and comments here on YouTube. I would like to try to build up, a little bit more of a following. Although, with how difficult it is for me to get these videos on the first shot out the door, might not be too great of an idea, but gotta start somewhere, right? So you don't need to be super clean with your cut because the white really isn't going to show up against the white circle. It's going to probably tuck behind. So, yeah, I go to On Stage in a couple weeks, um, which is the Stampin' Up! Convention, and I'm pretty excited. Um, I will meet some of my team that of who I sell under in person. I've met them on Zoom, but it'll be nice to meet everyone face to face. I see them once a month at a Zoom meeting um, for a little over a year now. So, uh, but I am very excited to maybe meet some of the ladies that I have been following for a lot of years on YouTube. Um, I think, and then maybe, hopefully, find someone that will give me the trick to their trade of how in the heck to film these stupid videos. Oh my goodness. Tell ya. I was had a lot to say yesterday, but I don't remember what I talked about. I I still can't figure out the video camera and what app to use. So that's what I really need someone to help me with. I don't even know a teenager that can help me. They're all saying, do TikTok. I'm like, I can't even figure out YouTube, let alone TikTok. I need my videos to stay up. I don't want them to get deleted. Otherwise, I'd still be on Facebook. Right? Facebook had to go and make changes, delete our videos after 30 days. But, oh well, I get it. I'm sure there's a lot of videos they're storing on a server somewhere. Takes up a lot of space. I'm not even in your range of view. Sorry. You all know how to fussy cut. All right, let me just cut out a few of these little yellow ones. So post your cards on my Facebook page, the Miss Pooh Scrap and Corner, the group page. Um, I think that's enough for right now. So we're going to glue, we're going to probably glue a few on, and then when we get to the bottom, we're going to pop up our circle and then, you know, pop up something. So let me start gluing and arranging these little beauties. I'm having a planter box built in my backyard. He hasn't been here for a couple days because his wife got mysteriously ill. They don't know what's wrong with her. She couldn't lift her arms up. So they have a young daughter, so he has to stay home to help, but they have somebody coming to help her tomorrow. So we're just building on our circle. Okay, so I'm pleased with that. I'll put those on the inside. So I'm going to flip it over and put my dimensionals down. I'm going to put a couple down on my flowers and then here on the circle. And then we're going to put this down onto the right side. Make sure you got sound. Good, good. And then we're going to take our ribbon. We're going to go ahead and do our little knot and trim it. Goodness. There we go. Okay. Gonna go ahead and give it a trim. Let's put our few of our flowers here on the inside. I love the Stampin' Up! Paper that you can use the paper as embellishments. It's a little green, doesn't it? Let me cut out this little. No, it's too big. That's all right. Gonna go ahead and put a little bit of green. There we go. Okay. And then we're going to take our ribbon. We're going to go ahead and do our little knot and trim it. And then we're going to take our ribbon. We're going to go ahead and give it a trim. Okay. So I'm pleased with that. I'll put those on the inside. So I'm going to flip it over and put my dimensionals down. I'm going to put a couple down on my flowers and then here on the circle. trying to see if I have. It's on the opposite side. Oh well, that's good. So I'm going to use the Take Your Pick tool to set my gems. So you're just going to put them wherever you want. Not everybody got. I just put 3 in everyone's kit. I don't know if they're big, small, all small. This happens to be 2 big and a small. I think the card I had yesterday was all big. Okay. Now we're going to put this on our envelope flap. If you're going to mail it, make sure you go close to the edge with your glue so it doesn't separate. You know, I have to share something. I placed an order for Avon. This makes me so angry. So I wasn't paying attention laying this down. This glue dries almost instantly. Tracked it, shipped UPS, but then they have that service. I think Stampin' Up uses it too, which is so annoying. But anyways, not against Stampin' Up, just about the service. So they ship it UPS to your post office, and then your postal carrier delivers it, right? Well, they returned it saying I refused the package. That lady never came to my front door. And I've ordered from Avon before, and they've never asked for a signature, so why would I have refused it? And I have a locker for my packages at my mailbox. She was too lazy to get out of her truck and put my package in the mailbox or drop it off at my door. And my guess is it was the second, because there's only 2 lockers for packages, and they were probably full with other people's items. So she said I refused it, and then Avon didn't want to return my package. So I called them again today, and they're going to send me my package back out. Although I won't get the free gift because, you know, they're not sending me the actual package. But anyways, enough said. Here we go. There's our first card. What you think? Great to use with scraps. Doesn't even have to be from the same paper pack. It could be just all kinds of paper. Great for masculine cards, right? Well, not this one. Well, unless they like flowers. But yeah, so here is card number 1. Now, let's bring out the masculine one here that I did. Super quick, gonna go together. Let me make sure you can hear me. I hate to get this far and find out that you can't. Okay, this is on the first card. I'll tell you what paper I used in case you want to know. I used Florals in Bloom. I think it's still available. Might be on While Supplies Last. This card I have used Nature's Walk. It's a January through April. mini catalog. Very vanilla cardstock. And these faux bronze pentagons for the embellishment. Okay, so I use the Stylish Shapes dies to cut that out. You have a 6x2 for your envelope flap. You have 3 squares, different designer series paper, 3 squares slightly larger, Pretty Peacock. You have this strip that's a 1/2 inch by 6 for the inside. You have a 1/2 inch by 6 inch for the front. This piece of Very Vanilla goes inside. You have a piece of designer series paper that will go on the front of our card. So we will go ahead and start assembling. And I noticed in cutting these cards that the last masculine card we did was with the tool set, right? Was in Pretty Peacock. I thought that was funny. I think guys like Pretty Peacock, I guess. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and do the inside. You can take this and put it along the side. You could put it along the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and just put it along the bottom. Going to leave it smidge, Very Vanilla showing at the bottom. Okay. Trim this off. And then we will glue glue this down on the inside. So I had an electrician come out and put in a couple light sockets. One on my stairs because I need to put a UV light for my birds. And there's no plug anywhere on my stairs, and I need an extension cord. And I don't have a walk-in closet. I have 2 of those really long closets. I don't know what they're called, but in my bedroom. And they have an outlet in there. Like, why is there an outlet in there? Okay, this is going to go maybe about a 1/2 inch from the edge of your designer series paper. And it's going to go from the top to bottom of your designer series paper. Make sure that your font is going in the right direction. Okay, and then we're going to glue our designer series paper to the squares. Now you're free to use whatever side that you want. It all coordinates together, but I'm going to stick with what I've already done. You just have a little bit of a border of Pretty Peacock. I had it larger, but it was too much. Just needed a smidge. I think I like that word, smidge. Okay. Anyways, he's coming back. He has to turn the power off upstairs to do some repairs on some sockets, and my daughter's not off until 6. So. Okay, so That's done. Now we're going to add these on. We're going to pop one up. I'm choosing to pop this one. I just like with the green. I just think it's a little bit poppier. So we're going to start with the top. We're going to put it at a triangle, diamond shape. And our left corner is just going to go over 1/8 of an inch maybe, and maybe about 1/8 of an inch from the top of the designer series paper. And we're going to do that on the bottom also. And we're just going to glue these straight down. Okay, I had to turn that down because I could hear myself. Okay. Actually overlap this one a little bit too much. So now I have to do the same over here. So whatever you do up here, make sure you do the same down below. Make sure your points are even with each other. Then we're going to take and put dimensional on that. And we're going to, on your banner with the greeting, we're going to put a couple dimensionals where the happy is written, because the other part will be glued down directly to the square. You can use mini dimensional, or you can use the big one. The big ones fit just perfectly. I'm just putting 2 because the paper's kind of flimsy, but not in a bad way. I really like the way this card came out. Another good card for scraps. And then this, you're going to make your point face the middle, and you're going to give yourself, like 1/4, 1/8 of an inch, however you see, but I'm just lining my corners up. So it's 1, 2, 3 of my corners. So I'm equal distance. Also add a diagonal so it looks like a diamond. Okay. And then I'm going to add a little bit of adhesive glue, or your tear and tape, or whatever you use. And then I am going to line this edge of my banner about 1/8 of an inch from the edge of the designer series paper, right in the middle, making sure I'm straight, like so. And then we will put on our brass gems. Put them wherever you see fit, wherever you feel like putting them. You put them. Okay, and that's it. That's the card. Let's put our envelope flat piece on. You can use either side. I'm going to go continue with, the peacock, pretty peacock showing. Okay. And one side is probably a little bent from the packaging, which is fine. because you're not going to need it. You can cut it off. This one will be cut off. And then we're just going to trim. Okay. I really like this paper. So there is card number 2. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Okay. Card number 3 and our final card is our little sweet little bug. Everyone's bug will be different. This is using Cute as a Bug. Cute as a Bug Sweet. Well, we're only using the paper. So this happy birthday that we used in the last card came from this set that's coming out next month. My honey is a barbecuer, so everything barbecue I have to buy. So we use this happy birthday greeting. And yes, you will be seeing something coming with this pack. And there's the Sweet Bugs stamp set. We didn't use anything from there. And this is also a new stamp coming out next month. Help Me Grow. And this is where I got the hello for this card. And we will be using this in future cards. I never did a haul video, and man, did I buy a lot. Oh my goodness. I think I had like 4 or 5 orders. What was I thinking? I just like, oh, I forgot that. Oh, I forgot that. And then, you're going to pay shipping. You might as well buy something. Make it worth your while buying it, right? So like I said, everyone's bug is different. This one, you have 5 of those little loose gems. Again, I didn't count out big and small for everyone. So you have your little bug. This piece is a half inch, quarter inch. It's a half inch. By 6. This is going to go on the inside of our card, but we are going to put it along the side, either your right or your left, because of the direction of the pattern. Unless you choose to use this side of your paper for your card, then you could put it at the bottom or on the side. These are cut with the stylus shape dies. You have a banner for your greeting. You have 2 squares. I did ink the center for you with Daffodil Delight. These will be glued together. You have a 2 by 6 for your envelope. This piece here goes across the front of our card. This is for the inside of our card, and this is for our card front. So let's go ahead and, isn't that pretty? Go ahead and glue this down. I did not have it sealed up quick enough. Okay, top folding card. Gonna center this. That's not centered, Tanya. Much better. Let's go ahead and do this on the inside. We're going to trim this piece, so just be mindful where you put your adhesive. I'm going to leave a little bit of a white border. I just like the way it looks. You could put it up against the edge. And then we're going to trim the excess and glue this down on the inside of our card. A little bit of an overhang there. And it gets centered as usual. Okay. Our card. Make sure your berries are going in the right direction. It's going to go edge to edge of the poppy parade. Doesn't look even to me. Kind of in the middle of your card. And then we're going to go ahead and glue this together. Get centered on the poppy parade. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and set this aside and fussy cut out our bug. The one I had in my kit yesterday had the grasshopper, the pink grasshopper. But this little caterpillar is so cute. He's going to become a butterfly. A beautiful butterfly. So there will be cards coming out with this. I don't know. I'm kind of, I have bought, next month will be Easter cards. So, oh my goodness. I just don't, there's just not enough, there's not enough months to get through all of this stuff. Okay, that was easy. So this gets popped up on our little square. I'm going to put some dimensionals on here. I'm going to put 3 on my leaf only because there's that piece in between and it's kind of fragile. going to help stabilize it so it doesn't get damaged. Should I mail this card? Okay. So this is going to go on a diagonal. So let's put this down. We're just going to center it. Okay. And then put some dimensionals on our square. Yeah, so I'm really excited to meet some of these ladies that I've been following for long, and some not as long, but really I'm a fan of their channel. So we're gonna line our cards up with the top of our designer series paper centered. And I kind of have to lift it so I could see. Then I'm in the center, like so. Okay. Then we're going to pop up our little hello. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and just, you know, maybe about a half an inch from the bottom of the designer series paper and about 1/8 of an inch from the edge. Lay it down. And then we're going to just glue on our little gems. So I'm going to go ahead and put one here. I'm just going to kind of stay with what I've done already. Take your pick. Come on now. Let's see. Put you here. So put you here. So I hope you guys like these cards this month. I think they all came out really nice. If I don't say so myself. All right, so the card is done. Isn't that cute? And then we're going to go ahead and do our envelope. Make sure that you're putting your designer series paper in the correct orientation. I just love this paper. I know the dies for the stamp set is on back order. I didn't cut this very good. I cut this one a little crooked. Oops. Yeah, they got quite a bit on back order like that. Barbecue sets on back order, like, my goodness. You know, the demonstrators can only order one of everything except for paper. I messed up on my cut there. Hopefully I didn't mess up on your guys' cuts. Okay. Let me get the one I made yesterday. Look at that. Isn't that like a cute set? That is so cute, right? Just want to make sure before I sign off that you can hear me. Yeah, you can. Yay. Success. All righty. So those were those three. 1, 2, 3. Today, my sample, and yesterday. Hmm. All right, everyone. I appreciate you so very much. I really hope you enjoy these cards. You are what keep me going in doing this and trying to figure out this YouTube. And I thank you for your continued support. Make sure you like, comment, and share so I can enter you into a drawing for a stamp and seal until March the 15th. March 15th, I will draw a winner. Well, I'll do it on the 16th. I will draw a winner for everyone that liked, commented, and shared this video, and get that out in the mail to you. Anyone have any questions about anything, please reach out to me via message here on YouTube, Facebook, text me. I will be back next month when I do the draw and for the stamp and seal, and maybe share with you some of the new exciting goodies that are coming out by Stampin' Up, because I will be able to order that one of those days. So again, thank you. And again, I apologize for having to redo this video again, but I do appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful, crafty month, and I will see you here on YouTube in March. Have a great one. Bye bye.